it could be easy. Just go and start working like other jobs. You know what I mean?
Forgot the training.
Yeah, actually, I thought maybe with my driver's license,
It was enough.
it was enough. I could go there and start working right away.
But this was before the interview?
Before the interview.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I went there, they started. Yeah.
The interview was a guy called Susan?
Kotsu-san.
Otsu-san.
Yeah, Kotsu-san. Explain to me, like, okay, this is how you're gonna do. You're gonna study, like.
Study?
You're gonna study, and he tried to tell me how other foreigners have done. Like some foreigners have been there for 6 months.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
More. Like he mentioned somebody who was there for like 7 months.
7 months, just
Training.
studying.
Just studying.
Studying.
In order to get qualification.
Yeah, in order to get qualification of being a taxi driver in Japan. By the way, being a taxi driver in Japan it's quite different. Here
Very.
is evaluated, like
It has a
whenever
status.
yeah, it has a status. By the way, asked all the time. It's like, oh, where are you from? How could you even get a taxi driving license
in Japan.
in Japan? Because it's even difficult for Japanese to have taxi driving license. It's
Get the Nishimenkyo.
Nishimenkyo is a different type of license. So, and it's not easy for foreigners to get it because the license itself is in Japanese.
So you need to pass the test in Japanese.
You
And,
need to pass the test in Japanese.
I guess if your Japanese is great and you can speed read in Japanese very easily, then you just study and then it's okay.
Yeah.
But you must speak very good Japanese.
But
But
sometimes it's not about
easy. It's not easy. Even if you, like we said, even Japanese people, what their failing rate is like 60%, 40%,
Yeah,
right? Something like that. So even Japanese people fail about half of the time.
that's right. They fail.
But for me personally, the most difficult thing was speed reading in Japanese.
Speed reading.
Speed reading in Japanese. You remember, we can talk,
Yeah.
we can speak Japanese, but you need to speed reading sentences in a certain limited time,
Yeah.
which is really short.
Yeah.
And you need to speed read and understand and correct.
Yeah.
And the passing mark is 90%.
Yeah.
90% score on the test
Yeah.
to get the main cure.
Yeah.
Not 60, not 70, not 80, not 85, 90%.
90%.
So you make only a few mistakes, you're out.
You're out. So for by the way, in Tokyo, you have two types of tests or examinations to get the license. Let me ask you.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
All right. This is a map. It's a map of roads in Tokyo. So you have to memorize all these roads. So let me ask you, what did you think when you see this for the first time?
I thought this is impossible. I thought I could never get to the point of learning and understanding this. And even now, this looks pretty insane. All kanji, all roads, all looking in a very unique shape. Nothing to do with, let's say, New York grid style. Nothing to do with any other city that you will see.
Yeah.
It's like a spider web of roads and places.
And all are different names and
Crossing,
yeah,
buildings,
yeah,
streets, area,
yeah.
sub-area,
So
neighborhoods,
here, yes, you have to know many things.
stations,
Yeah,
train
stations, the roads, buildings, the crossings. You have to know the names and everything in Japanese.
Yeah.
So that's always like it's like a needle for foreigners because it's too tough. So when I saw this for the first time, I was like, no, this is not possible. This is impossible. But we did it.
manage.
We managed.
Yeah.
And you know, this is the first test. When you finish this one, then you will have another test for your license, right?
That's right. So this is like a geography test, the so-called Chiri Menkyo.
Yeah.
Then you do a mini test about Horitsu.
Yeah.
Then you do the Nishimenkyo.
Nishimenkyo.
And then you do the Rojo Kyushu, which is the driving practice. Which in some cases is okay if you're already a good driver.
Yeah.
In some cases it's not okay if you drive on the wrong side of the road in your country,
Yeah.
like we do in Italy.
Yeah. You have to know the buildings because they'll be in your test.
Yeah.
Okay? That's number one. And this is the highways, man.
The highway.
You remember the highways?
Yes.
Yeah.
I still don't know pretty much most of them.
Yeah.
So
Highways, how to go through the highways. It's difficult.
look at this junction. I mean, this is the Oashi junction. I can't even think about this place. How about the Shibuya junction? The one that's the one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that one is insane. The map is upside down. Isn't it? No, it's correct, right? Yeah. So, like these double loops, Yokohama, this area is incredible.
Yeah.
These places are insane. That's it. There it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
These areas.
Learn all the things, and they'll be on your test. That's why you spend a long time just trying to do that. But the main thing is not studying. After studying, when you how long have you been a taxi driver in Japan?
Well, over about a year and a half,
Yeah.
but that excludes the training because before becoming a taxi driver, I had to pass some tests in Japanese.
Yeah.
There were 4 tests actually.
Yeah.
One was called the geography test.
Yeah.
In Japanese, we call it Chiri Shiken.
Yep.
And then after that, we did the law test, which is
Yeah.
rather straightforward. It's not that hard. It's called Hore.
The Horis, yeah.
And then we went to the driving school where we had to pass the driving test.
Yeah.
And then after that, we had to pass the most difficult one, which is the written test. And the pass rate was, to pass the test, you had to get 90%.
Yeah.
And you only had 50 minutes to answer those questions that were hard.
Yeah.
So altogether, that took me about 4 and a half months because 4 months.
Yeah.
Because 1 month we wasted because of the corona. The driving school was closed, so we had nothing to do.
Yeah.
And then the next 6 weeks I spent was with my instructors who taught me the system on how to drive the taxi and how to interact with customers.
Yeah.
And that training was quite demanding.
So, by the way, would you mind if I ask you?
Go ahead.
I don't know where you're from. Where are you from?
Well, I was born in Pakistan,
Yeah.
in a city called Karachi, which is in the south. It's the largest city of Pakistan.
Yeah.
And I grew up there. I did my education, my elementary, as we call it in Japanese, elementary and high school.
Yeah.
And
Or
then
primary.
primary,
British,
or yes, whatever.
yeah.
Yes. And then when I was 16, I moved to the UK,
Yeah.
Manchester. And my parents are living there. My parents are settled in the UK.
Yeah.
I spent about 10 and a half years there.
Okay.
I completed my graduation, my undergraduate, and my master's degree in Manchester.
Yeah.
And then after that, I came to Japan, which is about 14 years ago.
14 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, your English is awesome.
You think so?
Yep. You, wow.
I was criticized a lot as a kid for... People complain that I speak too fast and they cannot understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it seems like... It seems like a miracle that it's become very fluent.
Yeah, you're fluent. You are fluent. No wonder, because you lived in...
I traveled a lot to the States, to the United States, and I spent about 3 months there a couple of times.
Okay.
One was because my younger sister was born there.
Yeah.
So I was only 5, and my parents ended up putting me in a summer school there.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh.
and it was a culture shock for me at that time because I was only 5, and it was for the first time I saw people from different races
Yeah.
and different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Because in Pakistan, it's, of course, I mean, growing up there and then going to the United States and then seeing people from different backgrounds and different ethnicities,
Yeah.
it was pretty interesting. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go back to the taxi thing.
Sure,
You know, this is the main thing of this talk, right?
of course.
Yeah. I have been driving now for about a year. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, since I started the training, and I think I spent like 3 months in the training, 3 months. Then, yeah, yes, and I started working.
How was your experience? If I can ask you?
Actually, yeah, my experience, wow, was almost the same, man. When I saw the Chile, the geography, materials, I was like, wow, this is impossible. How can
It's
I
hard.
do this? Because
How can you
Wow.
remember all those stations and all those roads
the
and all those
roads,
names?
stations, and I'm like, wow, is this even possible?
Your experience being when you came to Japan, when you rode on a taxi for the first time. Because in our countries, in
Yeah.
Tanzania, in the UK,
Yeah.
you tell them the addresses and they know where to go. But in Japan, it's
actually,
different.
like, okay, let me tell you the difference between Tanzania and Japan. Tanzania is just as, it's not confusing.
No, it
When you
isn't.
tell a person, okay, please tell me, take me to Sinza,
Right.
they know it's just go this way, turn right,
Yes.
you are there.
Yeah, you are there. And sometimes
The
they try-
roads are few.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I know.
For instance, in Dar es Salaam, which is the main city of Tanzania, it's a good city, very nice, but the roads are few.
Oh, the roads are
Look
few.
at Tokyo, man.
I know, the roads are so complicated here. You cannot remember the roads by, in your you cannot memorize the roads.
No.
It's hard.
No.
And I'm not, I don't know about Tanzania, but like when I rented a car and I drove in Los Angeles, for example,
Yep.
the roads are so straightforward.
Yeah.
You go straight, you turn right or left, and the roads names are written
Yep.
on the signals, so
Yep.
you know where you are.
Yeah.
And they're very easy. But here in Japan, you make a wrong turn and it's so
Yep, it takes you to a
so
different place.
inconvenient. Yes, you
Yeah.
end up in a completely different place.
Ma.
You have Google Maps. Thank God for technology.
Yeah, technology
They
is
just-
helping us a lot.
They're lifesavers.
Yeah. I can't imagine those old guys, in those old days. How were they able to go
Sorry, it's DJ.